Leaks. They seem to pop up everywhere, whether it be in government, sport, or in our favourite forms of entertainment. However, one of the prime targets is the video game industry, whose very nature makes it more vulnerable to leaks. Today, I'm going to look at some of the most prominent examples, and try to work out why the secrets hidden in here are so easily distributed. To do so, I've assembled a crack team of leading video game experts who will assist me in explaining the nature and effects of leaks on the gaming world.
Personally, I think leaks just ruin the game, like the intensity leading up to a big moment, what's coming new in the game, what's coming for the game in the next few months or seasons of the game, and yeah, it just ruins it in general.
There's a problem if leaks exist. Could destroy a game that someone's worked a few years trying to make and spent a lot of money.
I think typically leaks are they're a negative for the video game industry because a lot of it comes down to spoilers. A developer can't really have a surprise if people are going in and ruining their entire game or anything to come, particularly with a live service game, for instance.
A live service game experiences a constant stream of patches, fixing bugs and delivering new content. When they do, devs often leave unused files within the game's code. This could be because they were testing something that hasn't released yet and forgot to remove it, or because they're preparing the code for the new additions. The act of searching the code for hidden files that may reveal upcoming content is known as data mining.
Data mining can find out if any special events are coming up or what items might be present upcoming that would then ruin anything to come, any secrets. So I think, yeah, games are more prevalent to it because the code already exists to be found, whereas something like a movie or any real life sort of announcement, it's not hidden anywhere.
So what does this mean for the games themselves? Do leaks really have that much of an effect on the gaming community?
For example, one of my favourite games, arguably my favourite game, is Destiny 2. Last season, as in a couple of months ago, they had an event where it was a big live event, the first of the kind they'd ever done in the game, but that sort of surprise was ruined by people finding out in the files that, oh hey, if you participate in this event, there's going to be a reward for doing so. So that surprise was kind of spoiled, and then they were forced to say, oh yeah, come along and watch this. So I think in that sense, it can be a bit annoying because live service games are meant to be an evolving sort of piece. So when you're spoiling these evolutions ahead of time, it really ruins a lot of the magic, I guess.
Leaks in the community or in gaming haven't really affected me as I don't go looking for them. So most of the games I play, I either haven't been leaked or I haven't personally gone looking, or if I've found somewhere something that's been leaked, I don't click on that link or don't look at that article.
I've had a few in the NBA 2Ks and Call of Duty Warzone mainly, as well as Rainbow Six Siege with the new operators coming out. In terms of NBA, I actually don't mind it because I like to know what builds I could make. In terms of the Call of Duty and the Siege, especially the Call of Duty, it would have been nice to load into the game and see the stadium blown up rather than knowing about it like a week or 3 weeks or so in advance.
Leaks often damage the excitement surrounding games as they preempt planned developer announcements. What's more exciting, finding out there's a file called stadium.open.png in the game's code, or watching a 1-minute film quality trailer revealing it? It seems leaks affect the more involved members of the community to a greater degree. People who are tuned into the news cycle of their favourite game may want to be clued into any official news, but that doesn't necessarily mean they want to have official announcements spoiled for them by a few lines of code. The other vulnerability of games comes in their heavily online nature. A game's data is present and shared between partner studios, sometimes across the world. In such systems, vulnerabilities are inevitable. This is what happened earlier this year with one of the most anticipated games in years, The Last of Us 2. Hackers were reportedly able to infiltrate developer Naughty Dog's servers using an access key left behind in an older game.
There was something that was happening even before the leaks. There started to be these rumors about the game and these kind of false narratives. And I was able to dismiss it, and then the leaks happened. And then all of a sudden it's like a flood. And like those voices jumped on, and that was the recipe. That was like the right ingredients to just ignite a group of people. And I mean like loud enough where it's like that it felt like it was everywhere.
The entire plot got released onto the internet, so then any sort of comment section you'd find on Facebook or in any sort of social media would be, oh, here's spoilers for The Last of Us 2, here's what happens, you don't have to play the game. And so a lot of that comes down to people just trying to be annoying for the sake of it, but And I think all those leaks turned out to be true, which means, anyone that did get spoiled, the game is ruined for them.
As someone who managed to avoid The Last of Us leaks until after I had finished the game, it's obvious that the leaks could heavily prejudice someone against the game before it even came out. Controversial plot elements designed to have hours of story context were reduced to a list of dot points on the internet. This was a problem that was made worse by a section of the community that seemed hell-bent on distributing these leaks as widely as possible, and ruining the game for as many people as they could.
Like if there was a certain site where you knew there was leaks, if you wanted to look at it, that's so be it, that's your own personal opinion, you don't like surprises, whatever. But when people you go on Facebook or Instagram, it's just there, bang, it's like, well, that's a bit rough, It's the same for movies and games, like, I remember I got a big movie spoiled off of social media, which upset me, but yeah, I think leaks are fine if you're going to keep them to yourself or on a specific site rather than throw them out everywhere.
Even if leaks do happen, you shouldn't try and impose on people like myself that don't really look for them or don't really want to look at them.
People get a lot of satisfaction from ruining things for other people. So I think, it's not so much the problem of leaks being present and able to be obtained. It comes down to more of an issue of people wanting to leak it, wanting to ruin fun for other people.